I think you are 100% right. And my feeling is a lot of these so-called Catholics don't really have a true understanding of the religion. This has been going on for decades. Every few years, I have my own crisis of faith. That's partially because there are so many of these people that are terrible, evil people that cloak themselves in Christianity. They pick and choose bits and pieces of the Bible to fit their narrative, and use it as a tool to turn people against each other. It only takes them further and further away from what the core of the religion is. I admit I always thought the Catholic religion had to evolve. For example, I don't feel that priests and nuns shouldn't be able to take part in the sanctity of marriage. For several reasons. You're preaching about the sanctity of marriage for others, yet you have no experience in it yourself. Can you really relate? What are to counsel people on the right path? You have no personal experience with the struggle. 2, nuns and priests are not superhuman or God. They are human beings. Go through the same struggles as all of us do as human beings. What you're asking them to do is basically go against their nature as human beings. To love, procreate, to have life beyond their own. I think a lot of the reasons that we have so many issues with priests is because of that. Forcing people to do something that's completely unnatural, feelings tend to turn up as deviant. One way or another, they're going to come out. Instead of coming out in the most natural way, it's going to seep out in evil ways because those feelings have been suppressed. Because it's taboo to talk about them, there are ways that it comes out. The problem is the Bible. I personally don't take the Bible as written law, because it's a bunch of stories that have been handed down from generation to generation. In life, we know that when a story starts, by the time it gets to the 10th person, it's morphed into something completely different. I've always taken the Bible as like the Grimm tales. Stories meant to scare you to doing the right thing. If you get the moral of the story, you'll be on the right path. If you follow it literally, end up doing the opposite of the intent. So back to answering your question, yes, definitely. I think most of these Christians here are so way off of where Christianity is supposed to be. As you can see from that last video with just anybody reading a church sermon. Everyone in that congregation following suit. Usually these little churches are led by people who have just found Jesus after having a jacked up life, without a real understanding of what the religion is, the core beliefs are. They come in not teaching the beliefs of God and Jesus, come in teaching their own spin of their faith. And there lies the problem, teaching their prejudice to their congregation. Those people are walking away teaching their children what they were taught by the guy that just found Jesus yesterday. A lot of people say Christians have lost their way. To be honest, I don't think they've actually lost their way. I don't think they knew the way to start with. They're being taught by people who don't know the way either. There's no moral compass. I think we should go back to, what would Jesus do? Or you do something, stop and pause and think, would Jesus do that? Jesus tear apart families? Jesus take away money from the poor? Jesus call people names? Jesus think he's better than his fellow human being? Jesus think money is everything? Jesus be selfish? The answer is no to all of those things. Jesus was not about the individual. He was about humanity. Love your neighbor as yourself. Take care of the children and elderly. Feed the hungry. Give to the poor. No man is better than the other. And we are all God's children.